So in this video I'm going to show you some of all the configuration options you can do in Ext Speeder. So I currently have an application running called SalesInfo Example. It's a simple application that serves a REST API for a sales organization. If I go into a browser and call this quite long path, I'll get, for example, a list of all the countries in the world. So what we're going to do now is that I'm going to change the settings for Ext Speeder so that it can generate a much shorter path for this command. And I'm also going to reduce the amount of data that is exposed to the API by disabling some of the tables. Thirdly, I'm going to limit the amount of columns in each call so that I only get the information that's absolutely necessary to serve this particular API command. And the last thing I'm going to do is that I'm also going to retrieve data from a remote table and include it in this command. So if I go into NetBeans and click on the project node, I can launch the Ext Speeder tool. And here on the left side you will see all my database tables. So right now there is only two tables that we really need. It's the country table and the regions table. So I'm going to select the other tables and I'm going to disable them. Next thing I want to do is change the path of the table. So I'm going to select the country table and I'm going to set my own REST path. Like this. And now I can simply call /country to get the country table. The next thing I want to do is go in on region and disable exposed in REST. Since I don't want people to call the region table explicitly, I want them to go through the country table. Next, we're going to set the visibility of the columns inside country. So I'll maximize this. And then you can see here all the columns that are currently exposed. And in this case, we don't need anything more than the ID, abbreviation, and name. So I'm going to take the other ones, and I'm going to set exposed in REST to false. So now only the first three columns are visible. The next thing I want to do is that I want to create a virtual column so that I can access the region data from the country table. So I'm going to right click on country and add a virtual column. I can call this region name, for an example. Then I need to select where is this data coming from. So I'm going to set the source table to the region table, and I'm going to set the source column to name. And this will make sure that the value stored in the name column of the region table is added to the region name field in the country REST call. And I also need to set a source path so that Ext Speeder will know how to reach that one field from the country table. So I'm going to set that to country and then region. So like this, now everything is done, so I generate code and I can now close Ext Speeder. So now back in the IDE, I run my application, connect using the default name and the password. Now if I go into my browser, I can go to /country and get the reduced dataset. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will modify a Sencha EXT.js application to use Ext Speeder as its backend.